Have you ever felt your legs gradually getting weaker without knowing why? Climbing just a few stairs leaves you tired, and even a short walk feels unusually heavy. You're eating well, following your normal routine, so why does your leg strength seem to quietly disappear? What you might not expect is this: the real culprit could be the familiar foods you eat every single day. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at 7 common foods, seemingly harmless, that may actually be quietly damaging your leg health, weakening your muscles, increasing joint inflammation, and reducing your mobility over time. The good news is, by simply recognizing and adjusting a few small habits at the table, you can protect your leg strength and maintain your independence, even well into your 60s and beyond. If you've ever felt your legs getting weaker, or noticed joint pain after meals, or if you know someone facing a similar challenge, just drop a number 1 in the comments to let me know. And don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss more health tips, simple advice, and practical ideas to stay strong and independent as you age. Now, let's explore which everyday foods could be silently weakening your legs. 1. High-purine foods raise uric acid and trigger joint pain. Do you remember the last time your knee or ankle suddenly started aching for no clear reason? Many people assume it's just a normal sign of aging. But in reality, that kind of pain can often come from something much more subtle: uric acid, a substance formed when your body breaks down a compound called purine, which is found in many everyday foods. Purine is a natural compound found in high amounts in organ meats like liver and kidneys, seafood such as shrimp, scallops, and sardines, and also in red meat and bone broth. When you eat purine-rich foods, your body converts them into uric acid. In moderate amounts, uric acid is filtered by the kidneys and passed out through urine. But when levels in the blood become too high and your body can't flush it out fast enough, it starts to form tiny crystals, like little shards of glass, that build up around the joints, especially in the knees, ankles, and toes. For older adults, this condition can become even more serious because kidney function naturally declines with age. At the same time, the legs, our body's main support system, are working hard every day. Even a small buildup of uric acid in areas like the knees or ankles can cause sharp pain, swelling, muscle weakness, and greatly impact mobility. Some people describe the sensation as if tiny stones were stuck inside the joint, like being poked with a needle every time they move. So, how can you protect your legs from this? First, you don't have to completely eliminate purines. Many healthy foods actually contain them in small amounts. The key is knowing how to adjust your meals and make smart substitutions. For example, you can cut back on foods like liver, organ meats, shrimp, and crab, and instead include more eggs, which are high in protein but low in purines. Nuts like almonds and walnuts are also excellent choices because they support both joint health and heart health. Additionally, eating more alkaline-rich vegetables and fruits can help neutralize acid in the body and support better kidney function. Just imagine a simple breakfast: a boiled egg, a slice of whole grain bread, and a few slices of avocado or some fresh fruit. It's not only light and easy to digest, it's also a way to nourish your joints and help reduce the risk of pain and stiffness over time. Adjusting your diet doesn't mean living with less joy or bland meals. On the contrary, it's an opportunity to take control of your health, keep your legs strong and flexible, and stay independent for longer. Remember, even the smallest changes in your daily eating habits can lead to big results over time. Your legs have carried you through so many stages of life. Now it's time to take care of them in return, starting with the choices you make at the table. 2. Eating too much red meat causes inflammation and muscle pain. Red meat has long been a staple in many traditional meals, from cozy family dinners to holiday feasts. A tender slice of beef, or a juicy grilled rib can be both satisfying and comforting. But what many people don't realize is that eating red meat too often can quietly lead to inflammation and muscle weakness, especially in older adults. Red meat contains high amounts of saturated fat, which has been shown to increase inflammation in the body. It's also rich in purines and compounds called advanced glycation end products, both of which can trigger prolonged inflammatory responses when consumed in excess. Chronic inflammation is one of the main causes of joint stiffness, muscle aches, and reduced mobility over time. Many people don't connect the dots between their everyday meals and the fatigue they feel in their legs. But think about it. After a big meal of grilled meat, beef stew, or hot pot, do you often feel heavy, stiff, and less flexible the next morning? That's not a coincidence. That's your body reacting to inflammatory triggers in the food. Over time, this inflammation can cause joints, especially the knees, hips, and ankles, to weaken. For older adults, this can make simple movements more difficult and lower quality of life. Climbing stairs becomes harder, getting out of a chair takes effort, and even walking short distances feels exhausting. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up meat entirely. The key lies in how often you eat it and what kind you choose. Instead of red meat every day, try switching to leaner proteins like chicken breast or turkey. These white meats are high in protein, but much lower in saturated fat. When cooked with fresh herbs, light spices, or grilled gently, they remain flavorful and satisfying, without being hard on your joints. Plant-based proteins are also an excellent option. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, and other legumes are not only rich in protein, but also high in fiber, antioxidants, and essential minerals. A warm bowl of red bean soup or a fresh lentil salad with vegetables can be both delicious and naturally anti-inflammatory. Changing your diet doesn't mean giving up the joy of eating. In fact, it opens the door to discovering new, exciting meals that support your health and still taste great. Think of your legs. They've carried you through a lifetime. Now is the time to give them the care they deserve. Every food choice you make is a step toward a healthier, more active future. 3. High-sodium foods cause water retention and swollen legs. Salt is such a familiar seasoning that it shows up in almost every dish we eat. A little salt can bring out the flavor of a soup, make a stew richer, and turn an ordinary meal into something comforting. But when the amount of salt in our diet goes beyond what the body needs, it doesn't just make our food taste saltier, it can quietly have a serious impact on the health of our legs without us even realizing it. Salt contains sodium, a mineral that, when consumed in excess, causes the body to hold on to water. This leads to fluid buildup in the tissues, especially in the legs and ankles. You might notice your legs feel heavy, slightly swollen at the end of the day, or that your regular shoes suddenly feel tight. This isn't just uncomfortable. It can also reduce your ability to move easily, making walking feel slower and more tiring. But it doesn't stop there. A high-sodium diet can also raise blood pressure, one of the leading risk factors for heart disease. High blood pressure forces the heart to work harder, affects blood circulation, and over time can leave you feeling fatigued, with tingling hands and feet, or even lightheadedness when you stand up or change position. What's more concerning is that salt doesn't just come from what you sprinkle on your food. Processed foods, canned goods, fast food, and takeout meals are often packed with far more sodium than the body needs. A sandwich, a bowl of instant noodles, or a quick fried snack from a convenience store may look small, but could contain double the recommended daily amount of salt. So, how do we keep our meals flavorful without overdoing the salt? The secret is in smart seasoning choices. You can replace salt with natural ingredients that are both healthy and rich in flavor. Fresh herbs like green onions, garlic, basil, dill, or a bit of ginger can add depth to your cooking. A splash of fresh lemon juice or apple cider vinegar can brighten a dish's flavor without needing extra salt. Even a pinch of black pepper, turmeric, or mild chili powder can make a meal interesting and satisfying. Picture this: grilled fish marinated with green pepper, minced garlic, and a squeeze of lemon, or lightly steamed vegetables served with a sesame, olive oil, and lemon dipping sauce. These meals aren't just delicious. They help you control your salt intake, reduce leg swelling, and support heart health day by day. Cutting back on salt doesn't mean your meals have to be bland. It simply means learning to appreciate the true flavors of real ingredients. And when you take care of what's on your plate, you're also taking care of your legs, the very foundation of your strength, independence, and daily freedom. 4. Fried foods, unhealthy fats that trigger inflammation. Like many people, you might find it hard to resist the temptation of crispy French fries, golden fried chicken, or a fresh donut just out of the fryer. That crunch, that satisfying sound in your mouth, it really does wake up the taste buds. But behind those delicious bites lies a serious risk to your health, especially when it comes to your joints and muscles as you age. Fried foods are typically cooked in oil at high temperatures, which creates trans fats, a harmful type of fat that science has linked to widespread inflammation in the body. When we consume a lot of fried food, these bad fats trigger inflammatory responses that don't just affect the internal organs, but also attack the joints and muscles, which naturally become more fragile with age. You might notice that after a greasy meal, your body feels heavy and tired, like you're carrying around an invisible bag of sand. That sluggishness isn't just from being full. It's your body's way of telling you that your digestive system is overworked and your tissues are experiencing low-grade inflammation. For older adults, this inflammation doesn't just cause joint pain. It can reduce your flexibility and make even simple tasks, like going to the market, sweeping the floor, or climbing the stairs, feel difficult. If this cycle continues, it can lead to a downward spiral, eating more pain, less movement, weaker muscles, and more dependence on others for daily living. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up all your favorite crispy foods. The problem isn't the food itself, it's how it's cooked. By switching from deep frying to baking or pan searing, you can still enjoy the flavors you love without the harmful fats. For example, instead of deep-fried chicken, you can marinate chicken with pepper, garlic, and lemon, then bake it. It stays juicy inside, lightly crisp outside, and full of flavor. Instead of frying potatoes, slice them thin, toss them with a little olive oil and herbs, and roast them in the oven. You'll still get the crunch, but with far less fat. These cooking methods don't just reduce bad fats, they also help preserve more nutrients in your food. Baking and pan searing bring out rich, natural aromas through caramelization, something that heavy frying often masks. Taking care with how you cook doesn't mean you have to give up flavor. It's about cooking smarter. When you switch from a deep fryer to an oven or a non-stick pan, you're not just preparing a healthier meal, you're protecting your joints, reducing inflammation, and helping yourself move with more freedom and less pain each day. 5. Refined carbohydrates cause blood sugar spikes and silent inflammation. Have you ever had a sweet pastry or a slice of white bread in the morning, felt great and full of energy at first, but then, about an hour later, started feeling sluggish, sleepy, or even a little dizzy? That feeling doesn't come from a lack of sleep or a change in the weather. It's actually your body's natural response to a type of food known as refined carbohydrates. Refined carbs include flours and grains that have been heavily processed, removing most of their fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Foods like white bread, white rice, crackers, pastries, and regular noodles fall into this category. When we eat these foods, they break down quickly and turn into sugar in the bloodstream, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar. But because the body absorbs them so fast, it has to release a large amount of insulin to bring things back down, leading to a sudden drop in blood sugar that leaves you feeling tired, drained, and craving more food. For older adults, these constant blood sugar waves don't just sap your energy, they also contribute to silent inflammation in the body's tissues, especially in the muscles and joints. Chronic inflammation can cause joints to become stiff and painful, making movement more difficult. If this happens daily and goes unnoticed, over time it can weaken leg muscles, reduce flexibility, and even affect your balance while walking. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up your favorite foods like bread or cereal. All it takes is a smarter swap, switching to complex carbohydrates that still have their natural fiber and outer layers. For example, oats, brown rice, quinoa, or whole grain bread. These digest more slowly, help stabilize blood sugar levels, and provide lasting energy through the morning or afternoon. Picture a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with sliced ripe banana and a sprinkle of cinnamon. It's easy on the stomach and full of fiber, vitamins, and essential nutrients. Or a sandwich made with whole grain bread, filled with fresh greens and grilled chicken breast. Not just tasty, but also helpful for keeping your joints moving smoothly and preventing chronic pain. Choosing whole grains isn't just about eating healthy. It's a real way to protect your joints, improve circulation, and keep your legs strong and steady every single day. Let each meal be an opportunity to feel better, move easier, and live more actively, no matter what age you are. 6. Refined sugar, sweet to the taste, harmful to muscles and joints. Sweetness has a special way of bringing comfort. It often reminds us of joyful moments. A slice of cake, a glass of sweet tea, or a small piece of candy can feel like a well-deserved reward after a long day. But behind that gentle sweetness lies a quiet but serious impact on our muscles and joints, especially for older adults. Refined sugar, commonly found in pastries, soft drinks, packaged snacks, and bottled beverages, causes a sharp spike in blood sugar shortly after entering the body. To manage that sugar, the body produces insulin, a hormone that moves sugar into the cells for energy. The problem is, when too much sugar is consumed too often, the body is forced to release insulin constantly, leading to metabolic imbalances and often weight gain, especially around the belly and thighs. As weight increases, the legs carry more strain with every step. Joints like the knees, ankles, and hips, the ones that connect directly to the ground, start to feel overloaded. You may notice soreness when standing too long, fatigue during walks, or that heavy, weighed down feeling in your legs at the end of the day. On top of that, high sugar levels contribute to silent inflammation in the muscles, slowing down muscle recovery and reducing flexibility. The good news is, you don't have to give up sweetness. Just choose a smarter kind. Instead of refined sugar, satisfy your sweet tooth with fresh fruits like apples, bananas, strawberries, or grapes. These provide a gentle sweetness, along with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that support heart health, joint strength, and even your skin. And if you enjoy adding sweetness to meals or drinks, try raw honey or natural syrups, like maple syrup. While they are still sugars, they have richer flavor, so you can use less and still feel satisfied, with less impact on your blood sugar. Try starting your day with a bowl of plain yogurt topped with fresh fruit, or a warm serving of oatmeal drizzled with a little honey. These small changes can help you manage your weight, take pressure off your legs, protect your joints, reduce inflammation, and give you steady energy throughout the day. In the end, cutting back on refined sugar isn't about giving up joy. It's about finding a healthier way to enjoy life's sweetness. And when you do, you're protecting your legs, preserving your mobility, and nurturing your spirit as you step into your golden years with strength and optimism. 7. processed meats, high in salt and preservatives. In today's busy world, processed meats have become an increasingly popular choice because of their convenience. A few slices of cold cuts in a sandwich, a quick breakfast sausage, or some sizzling bacon with eggs may sound appealing. But what many people don't realize is that these foods often contain very high levels of sodium and preservatives, the hidden enemies that can quietly affect heart health and muscle strength, especially in older adults. Foods like sausages, deli meats, bacon, and cured sausages go through multiple processing steps to extend shelf life. These steps usually involve adding salt and nitrates, preservatives used to maintain color and prevent spoilage. But these same compounds have been linked to high blood pressure, poor circulation, and forcing the heart to work harder to pump blood to the limbs, especially the legs. When circulation is compromised, muscles don't get enough oxygen or nutrients to stay strong and flexible. This can lead to tired, achy legs, sore thighs, and a noticeable drop in stamina during long walks. Many people don't realize that something as simple as a sandwich with deli meat could be quietly weakening their ability to move comfortably every day. Even more concerning, nitrates in processed meats can turn into compounds that trigger inflammation or damage tissue when they accumulate in the body over time. And for older adults whose immune systems, liver, and kidneys may not work as efficiently as before, the risks are even higher. That's why reducing or eliminating processed meats from your diet can make a real difference, not just in managing blood pressure, but also in protecting your muscles and supporting your overall health. Instead of processed meats, you can easily choose fresh options like chicken, lean pork, or fresh beef, prepared at home with a moderate amount of salt and combined with vegetables and natural herbs to boost flavor. Not only will your meals taste better, but they'll also offer far more nutritional value. In addition, plant-based proteins are a smart and powerful alternative. Foods like tofu, tempeh, fermented soy, and various beans provide rich protein, along with fiber, vitamins, and minerals that support digestion and promote both heart and joint health. A lightly crispy tofu dish with greens and sesame dressing, or a plate of stir-fried tempeh with lemongrass and chili can be both delicious and deeply nourishing. Eating habits are built over a lifetime, but over that same lifetime, we also learn that health cannot be traded for short-term convenience. Choosing fresh meats, cooking at home, or exploring plant-based dishes is how you nurture your body from the inside out, helping blood flow more freely, keeping muscles strong, and ensuring your legs remain steady and supportive with every step you take. 8. Conclusion. Small changes, big results. As we move into our 60s and beyond, every steady step, every time we stand up without needing support, and every morning we wake up without stiffness or aches, becomes something truly precious. And the best part is, we can preserve those things simply by paying attention to what we put into our bodies each day. Choosing the right foods isn't just about eating, it's about nourishing every cell, protecting the joints that have supported us for decades, and keeping our legs strong enough to carry us forward in life. A low-sodium meal, a morning without refined sugar, or choosing grilled fish over something fried. These may seem like small changes, but when done consistently, they can bring huge benefits to our overall health. Every meal is an opportunity for your body to rest instead of struggle, an opportunity for your knees to heal instead of hurt, an opportunity for you to live with strength and independence, without worrying about needing help with simple daily tasks. So why not start with the simplest things? A carefully thought-out grocery list, a new recipe made with health in mind, a habit of eating slowly and mindfully to savor every natural flavor. You don't have to change everything overnight. You just have to be willing to begin with today's meal. And if you're already on the journey of adjusting your eating habits, don't keep it to yourself. A small tip, a healthy recipe, or even your personal story might be exactly what someone else needs to get started too. Caring for your legs isn't just about walking farther, it's about walking lighter, more confidently, and more joyfully, whether you're in the park, at the market, or just stepping from the living room into your garden. As you've seen throughout this video, leg problems aren't always about age or illness. Sometimes it's the everyday foods on our plate that slowly weaken our muscles, inflame our joints, and make walking, climbing stairs, or standing up feel harder than they need to be. From fatty red meats and processed foods high in salt and nitrates to refined sugar and white bread, these can all affect your mobility if not kept in check. But here's the wonderful truth. You don't need to eliminate everything. You just need to understand, adjust, and make smarter choices. Choose fresh meats, lean toward plant-based proteins, cut back on salt and sugar, and fill your plate with whole grains, greens, and fresh fruits each day. Eating well doesn't just protect your joints, muscles, and legs. It helps you stay independent, energized, and joyful as you age. Let every meal be a chance to heal, to thrive, and to keep doing the things you love, whether it's taking a walk, tending your garden, or cooking a warm meal for your family. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss upcoming videos where I'll continue sharing simple tips, healthy meal ideas, and practical advice to help older adults live more actively and happily every day. And please leave a comment below to share your thoughts, ask questions, or simply say hello. I'd love to read and respond to your messages, because your story might just inspire someone else on their own journey to better health. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Wishing you strong legs, a bright spirit, and gentle, confident steps each and every day. See you again in the next video.